welcome back to the channel. In every social justice movement, veganism included, there is constant and often heated discussion about what types of activism can produce the most results. Some will claim that working within and through the systems that are responsible for the oppression is the most efficient way. Others are calling for blocking highways and throwing blood at butcher shops. But who is in the right? Which is the best way to achieve animal liberation? The answer, in my opinion, is all of it. We need all types of activism to occur because without one, there isn't the other. Without those who climb the walls in white protective jumpers and get arrested, there is no grounds on which those who wear suits and ties can approach politicians and enter courts. Without those who spill milk, the absolute legends, the moderate vegans have nothing to start a conversation about, and without something that pisses people off, there is no news coverage for veganism at all. It is a high-stakes game of push and pull, and we all should learn the rules. Up until a few years ago, I was working part-time for several years in the technical division of the news broadcasting network. For most of those years, I was also a women's rights activist. I learned a few things while existing in those two seemingly opposite spheres simultaneously, and I'm going to share my experience with you, dear non-specific viewers, through a hypothetical. Let's say hypothetically that you desperately want to talk to a specific day show host. Let's say it's Piers Morgan for no particular reason. Any TV show has a room full of people that are responsible for executing the show, but those who make the decisions on what airs and what doesn't are the broadcasters and the editor. Those people are very hungry for content, and the more outrageous the content, the better. It's important that you know that most of what you see is theatre. There is very little actual outrage or actual journalism going on. So if you want to be interviewed for a show, let's say hypothetically it's the Good Morning Britain show, you need to get on the radar of Piers Morgan and the editor Neil Thompson. Here's the step-by-step of how I would do it. First, think of an action that will actually be outrageous enough and novel enough to be on this show. The spilling of milk is a good example. In this case, maybe bait Piers directly by, for instance, stating in your action that you are doing this specifically for cows, chickens and pigs. It is better if you are doing this action within a certain organization, so that it's not a random person doing the action, but a group of people with a certain agenda. Timing might be crucial as well. If you do it right before or during the evening news, it might be picked up live and broadcasted on prime time. The morning shows are like parasites on the news cycle of the day before, and if it's a big enough story, the chances are they will report on it. Either prior to action or immediately after, a press release should be sent to all news sites, including footage, short manifesto, and your organization's and your own personal contact information. You can find where to send the press release on every news site. For instance, the email of Good Morning Britain is gmb@itv.com. It's even better if you have cultivated a relationship with a journalist that might be either sympathetic to the cause or interested in getting the scoop. Another way to get attention is to have a thing you did or wrote or ruined blow up on social media. Then all news will most likely pick it up no matter what. Those two beasts are feeding each other all the time. But even then, sending a press release to the newspapers would be a good idea. Following the action, you must be available and visible on social media. Clear your calendar completely, but even then, don't be surprised if someone else is called to be interviewed in your stead. The editor wants a show, and if he thinks that Joey Carpstrong would give him a better show, that's whom he'll call. But we know that Piers Morgan wants vegans he thinks he can destroy, so if you get that call, the call before the interview, make sure to be chill but charismatic, talk in generalities, mention again the specific animals you care about, and record everything, every action and every interaction. Shows like Good Morning Britain are live, but some items might be pre-recorded and integrated into the live show and thus can be dropped. You want to make sure there is somebody at home or in the studio with the phone or a camera directed at the monitor at all times. The rest, dear non-specific viewer, is up to you. Good luck and may the force be with you.